everyone, it's me. I want to talk about my experience as a step parent. And I've been married about 3.5 years, so being a stepmom is something new to me. Although in the past, after I was divorced, I did date single dads, and I always enjoy being around their children for the most part. So I'm drawn to children. I like children. I'm kind of a big kid at heart. So when I met my husband 3.5 years ago, we met. I knew he was my person. I knew he was a single father. He had been single for about 7 years. His son was 15, and within a month, I had a key. Moved fairly fast, but first thing I asked my husband is, will your son be okay? And I'm moving my stuff in. He said, yeah, he'll be fine. His mom's married for a number of years, so it'll be okay. And I'll tell you, because we met, I had a key within a month, and we got engaged within 6 months. Because we met during COVID, nothing was really open, so we kind of did everything backwards. I said, well, I'm pretty down to earth. He's down to earth, so we'll get to know each other a lot. And that we have. Yeah, I think there's certain things that are really important to discuss before moving in with and combining your life with someone who is a single parent. First and foremost, finances. If I'm single, he has one son, how do you split the household expenses? Do you say, and if the child's at the house 100% of the time, do you split it? I pay a third, you pay 2/3. If he's only there half the time, how do you work out the math? And for me, I split the mortgage with my husband, and the other bills as well. But when it came to the responsibility of his son, that's been on my husband. He's been responsible for the doctor bills and any type of things his son needs. My husband takes care of that. He's always put a little bit more in our joint account for expenses when it comes to food and things like that, because there's one of me and two of them. They're both big guys. So, anyways, that was first and foremost very important. Second, the amount of respect. When I raised my daughters, I had the expectation that they would respect every single person that walked into our home and greet them, say hello, uh, and they were a part of the conversation. Everyone was involved in the conversation. So that was really important to me because I was raised in a big family, and everyone always, you walked in the house, you'd greet everyone, say hi, give hugs and kisses and things like that. So anyways, when I met my husband, his son is very quiet, very shy. Um, it's just the way he is. So I wasn't used to someone not being as friendly to me, and I can understand because we all moved, everything moved so fast that it was kind of in the blink of an eye and we're together. So that has taken more time to the relationship building, the expectations regarding how we talk to one another, how we greet one another, how we manage the household together. Next is discipline. I think if there's two adults in the house and one is gone, the one present, it does the disciplining. But what type of disciplining are we going to do? Are we going to ground, take things away? Are they not going to be able to go out of the house? Are you going to take the internet away? You got to talk about forms of discipline, the consequences of actions that either party finds unacceptable. When they date, um, is your stepson or stepdaughter's boyfriend or girlfriend, are they allowed to be in the bedroom? Is door open or closed? You really have to talk about these things, because even if you start dating and the kids are 5 and 6 years old, you plan on staying together forever. Those are very important aspects because we each have different ideas about what's okay, especially coming from a woman who raised two girls. My girls, they were not allowed to have opposite sex friends in their bedroom. They just didn't. We all just hung out in the house, but they didn't have boyfriends who came and slept in their rooms or hung out in their rooms. They all just hung out in the living room, all their friends. So really important. When the kids are, what about chores? I'm not a slave, so therefore it's important. It was important in my house, raising my girls, that they did chores and who does what chores and how often do you swap out. I think they should be well rounded. At a certain age, they can do laundry, fold the laundry and put it away. Should they keep their bedrooms clean? And what is your idea, a definition of cleanliness? I mean, these are all very important things to talk about. And the level of relationship, it's really important for each parent to build a relationship with their new partner and their children. Find things for them in common. Does your partner like photography? Does your child like photography? Do they like gaming? Do they like hunting? Do they like going for bike rides? Find something they can enjoy so they can get to know one another. And also, if you have a child who's disrespectful, how do you handle it? If you have a child that calls your partner the B word, or they swear at if you're a mom and your daughter swears at your partner, how do you handle it? For me, the level of disrespect is not allowed. But it's very important to talk about this stuff, because initially everyone is like the Brady Bunch and everything's great and fine and loving and kind and we all get along, but eventually this stuff is going to hit the fan and you're going to deal with things that you wish you would have talked about. So for me, my daughter's oldest worked when she was 16, youngest was going to school, she was salutatorian and studied, and also financial contributions. One of the responsible for paying their own bills, their own cell phone bills, and contributing to the household. Is it when they're 21 or when they're 18? These are things that are really important to talk about. So we've learned along the way. We are a happy family. I like my stepson. I think he likes me. And most important, when it comes to his mom, I don't get involved. Whatever happens between my husband and his ex-wife, that's between the two of them. We've all been in the same room together. We've enjoyed different parties together, his graduation party, and we've all coexisted cohesively. And when I didn't meet her for 6 months. When we did meet, we were cordial. We talked, and we've talked since about a variety of topics. We have sat down and had conversations about my stepson, and so I could get a better understanding about him, and she can get a better understanding about who I am. So I hope this helps. Just make a list of things that are really important to you and date someone for a while to see how they manage their household and how they manage their children. You don't want to just all of a sudden your children are drug free and there's your partner's children are doing drugs. I can't even imagine. Not in our household, but I know it happens in other people's households, and I don't know. Those are other big topics you have to cover. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about. I hope this gives someone a good sounding board to get started, to kind of gather their thoughts, because when you fall in love with someone, you want to be with them, and you want it to go as smoothly as possible. So I hope this helps, and I'll be back.